Hello, fabulous Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of June 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Where it comes to love, as I mentioned last month, you have this very romantic energy you're actually starting this month with, and that certainly is there for you. However, I do want to say that while there is a lot of focus on relationships, as I mentioned in the general horoscope, it really is building towards and preparing the context with the big breakouts, the big new chapters that are set to take place for you in love next month. Now, I'm going to talk about that in next month's horoscope for love. And I'll also be talking about that in the Jupiter special for your sign, which is coming up shortly around the time that this will be posted. And you should experience a major turning point next month. But before you get there, that doesn't mean that this month there's not a lot happening. There certainly is a lot of things happening. And what's mainly happening is you are uncovering and tapping into how important it is for you to actually feel like you can relate to this person on a friendship level. Is this person going to be a good companion to you? Can you talk to this person about a lot of your dreams, a lot of your feelings, a lot of your hopes and your wishes? Does this person not just fit in, but in some way facilitate you moving in a direction that you actually like for yourself on a level of your personal growth, on a level of your growth intellectually and otherwise as well? With this full moon taking place in the middle of the month, highlighting relationships all around, and this full moon also speaking with your ruling planet, it does suggest that there is an element here of a lot of people coming in and out, and you looking at your relationship from the lens of how this actually fits into your life in a more social kind of context. But there's also an element here, because this new moon has to do with a part of the sky that is your element, your home in the sky, if you will. There is going to be that question, do I feel at home with this person? And most importantly, do I have that right balance between feeling a connection and feeling like I could really be with this person, and at the same time having a sense of myself, having a sense of freedom, having a sense of independence? So important to those of your sign. And so when I look at how the energy is transpiring, while we do have this very flirty energy, if you will, taking place in the early part of the month, and we do have you feeling very lifted and very energized at several key points throughout the month, at the same time, we have this very important conversation taking place in the sky at this full moon that is going to lead you to evaluate your current circumstance with a different lens, a lens that is not so much based on whether it's fear or emotion, but intellect, on an intellectual level, to really come to a place where you can be at peace with where you are in love and where you are in your relationships, all types of relationships. So those of you who are attached, the real big question for you is going to be, can this person actually be a companion for me in the bigger picture? Is this somebody that I could, and I know it sounds a little corny, a little proverbial, but you know, this whole idea of, can I live with this person forever and ever? Can I grow old with this person? Those types of elements there seem to be very strongly played out for you. And there is an element here of you actually wanting that with the person that you're with, and trying to initiate those types of interactions where you would feel that this can actually be a friendship. So that's all very exciting, and that all is something that certainly can open up the possibility for you to have a deeper understanding with this person, which seems like a very likely scenario, actually. I don't see it a time necessarily as breakups, if you will, because there's such a strong element here of you feeling in your element, feeling at home. There's this very positive conversation ultimately taking place between Uranus and this full moon, so your ruling planet and this full moon. And at the same day, you've got Venus standing across the sky from your ancient ruler as well. And shortly after that, towards the end of the month, Mars is going to speak with your ruler as well. And so I put all this together, and it does suggest that change towards the end of the month, while it may feel like something's got to change, I don't think that you're going to be so inspired to change within the context of relationship. I think more than anything, you're going to feel lifted, that this is actually, yes, we can actually, there is something here that we can continue to build on. And you're seeing the other person clearly. You're not deluding yourself. You're not making things up here. You're actually able to talk to this person and feel your mind expand. And at the same time, you're looking at this person very honestly, not only for their romantic potential, but otherwise as well. Those of you who have somebody in your sphere right now, this does also apply, but I do think that what's likely to be a dominant energy here for you is going to be this opposition of Venus and your ancient ruling planet, Saturn. And the reason that I think that is because we've got this configuration playing out on the same day, and this is very much about saying long term, can I actually commit to this person? So it isn't that you've already committed, as would be the case as if you were in a committed relationship, but you're asking yourself that tough question, can I actually commit to this person? Would it actually work long term? That'll be the much more dominant question, because it isn't that you've already committed and you're asking, can I actually do that? Does this person actually fit in to my idea of a committed relationship? Some of you may feel, I'll be honest with you, some of you may even feel a little pressured to make a commitment, actually. And I do think the fact that you've got Mercury retrograde right now in the part of the sky that was highlighted as we started the month, in the part of the sky that had to do with flirtation and romantic connection, it does look like you may feel pressured, and you might even give in to that pressure a little bit for whatever reason, but those reasons will be further understood by you once we get you into next month. And so whatever you end up deciding, whatever ends up happening, I don't think that there's sort of a final answer just yet, because of the fact that Mercury is retrograde in the part of the sky that has to do with romantic connection. So the chances of you sort of having experiences that help you reevaluate what you actually need in that romantic connection are likely to be there. And this is especially true for those of you who are currently not attached to somebody. I think the dominant energy is going to be this Mercury retrograde in the second half of the month, moving through the sign of Gemini, the part of the sky that has to do with that romantic flirtation, that romantic interaction, which is the energy that kicks off the start of the month as well. Remember, next month is when big changes are going to start kicking off for you as part of a year of big changes in love. This month, you're getting clarity on a level of mind. You're getting clarity on a level of communication and conversation as to what ultimately it is that you want in love and what you're going for in love. There's a lot of activity. There's some fun there as well, and I do think you'll enjoy it very much. And it is preparing you for greater and greater love, which is certainly there for you coming up just a little further down the road. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.